Hello guys, welcome back to the S3D, well, did I just say S3D Hobby Shop? Welcome back to the Spicy Sweet Design channel. Yeah, so anyway, this figure is available at the S3D Hobby Shop. I can afford to keep it. It's actually a pretty good one. But, you know, just for the, the people, well, I don't call you guys haters. I know you guys have doubts about the robot Tamashii line. I know a lot of you guys still prefer Gunpla over figures because you think these things are like overpriced and inferior to Gunpla. Well, as obvious that statement is just not true, not true at all. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at. This is going to be a review of the Bandai Tamashii Nations Robot Spirits Gundam F91 Evolution-SPEC. Evolution-SPEC is a new line within the Robot Spirits line, or they upscale the figure, upscale something from a previous release, and made some updates and make them better, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the F91 again. I went over the articulation in the review, and talk about the accessories in the unboxing. So this is like the third video I'm doing on this figure. So in this one, we're gonna get to we're gonna be nitpick. That's right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna look for nut marks, right? Because a lot of you guys are very concerned about these figures having nut marks, considering their price point, right? Like why would we want to buy a freaking overpriced figure that have nut marks? Well, let me give you like another thing to talk about with these figures. It's not the material that they use are higher quality. They use PVC. There is no PVC in Gunpla. I think the best you do sometimes get ABS, which ABS is a little bit expensive, and it's a lot better than the polystyrene that they use. But mostly it consists of polystyrene, which is the stuff they use. Styrofoams, right? Styrofoam does degrade, trust me. Try keeping styrofoam, get a styrofoam cup and leave it around for like a year or two. The thing's gonna get like really brittle and stuff like that. Yeah, plastic do degrade, especially even stuff like this. Like these are made from PET, like the drink bottle plastic. These things will degrade. The most durable one is PVC because they use it for piping, like water pipes and stuff like that. And then those things last for a lot more years, especially even under constant use. Like, hot water goes through it, cold water goes through it, this constant, contraction, expansion, and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a very, very durable plastic. So this figure here is made mostly out of PVC. Like all the exterior armor here is PVC. I mean, it's cool because it makes sense because since the armor is white, I guess Bandai just the design team is just like, hey, why don't we just make it out PVC, right? Since like the armor is already all white, it's very easy to do. Yeah. It's a very smart thing. I don't know. I'm sure they can do one if there's a Harrison Custom. I don't know if they're gonna make the armor out ABS for the Harrison Custom or not. But hey, this one at least is in the mostly PVC. I think this blue part is actually made from ABS. So yeah, this blue section here is ABS, but all the white part here, these are PVC, so that's really good. All right, so anyway, let's start. Let's try to pick this thing apart. Because a lot of people still say these are overpriced figure with like nut marks and stuff like that. Tamashii Nation's quality control have gone up a lot over the years, so I know even some of the P Bandai Virgin Anime figures have nut marks on the armor. Yeah, those armor like on that what's that the one I complain a lot about, the The Zaku Marine type. Yeah, you can see like those armor, those things are the exterior armor that's made from ABS. Like ABS stress very easily, so when they cut the parts out, you're gonna get like the stress mark, the nut marks. I don't think you're gonna see that on PVC. So, in fact, I really don't think so. So, anyway, I don't see any nut marks on the feet. Nothing at all. This is perfect. No nut marks on the feet, and obviously, I don't even know how they're gonna have like nut marks and stress marks on the PVC plastic. I don't see anything here. You know, this is all completely smooth. I do see mold lines right there. Can kind of see some mold lines over there. The paintwork is very clean. Okay, I do see marks right there. So this kind of look like this looks like where the thing is cut off. Yeah, you can see there's a little mark there. So okay, obviously it's not perfect, but it's very hard to see due to the the color of the plastic. I guess if this one was the Harrison Custom, the blue and yellow color, you will definitely see those marks. Now let's see. That's all. The ankle armor, there is nubs, so there's that. And do we have any imperfection here on the leg? I don't see anything. And there is probably, it could be down here by where the leg is. That way, you know, that's an ideal place because they can easily hide it. So let's see. Nothing. Could it be up here where the joints are? I mean, if it's like inside there, then I think that's okay. That's acceptable. Looks like there is like a little nub right there inside. I don't know if that's a nub or is that like just a mark. Yeah, I don't think so. That looks pretty good. Let's look at the thigh armor. It probably would be up here by the thigh. But yeah, I mean, reasonably looking at this figure, I don't see any major nut marks. Like on the robot Tamashii version anime figures, especially the P Bandai ones, they are very obvious. And consider the fact that people are paying like a couple $100 for those. Yeah, because it's rare. It's P Bandai. So there's a lot of reason to complain about those things. And even for a fan like myself, I'm a diehard fan of the version anime line. I was complaining about it. In fact, I got rid of my entire version anime line figure because I was tired of the bullshit. So I'm like, okay, I'm boycotting it. If they don't do anything about it, I'm never gonna buy them again. So yeah, nothing. I don't see any nubs. Nothing. It's all super clean. I don't see any nubs at all right there, even at the joint part where it connects together. Obviously, nothing at all on the skirt armor. I mean, it could be on the inside, but really hard to see anything. All right, what about the side armor, the side skirt? Nothing is perfect. I think we'll look at this in a reasonable way. You know, I'm not gonna like take a microscope and go in and look at every possible imperfection. You know, like if it's reasonable, as long as most people are okay with it, I think it's okay. So I really don't see anything. Yeah, the only marks I think so far is these leg armors. Oh, you know what? I just noticed there's a slight paint mishap right there, little right there. Some people may care, some people may not. But yeah, so far nothing. Let's look at the waist armor. Nothing. I do not like the lettering, the BSP China, whatever. I guess that must be the factory. So these things are still made in China. Nothing. And the thing with Gunpla, right? The funny thing with Gunpla is I think Bandai can actually print Gunpla anywhere. because it's basically is there's no assembly. It's just it's just injecting plastic into a mold and then put them in the back. Why can't they build a factory in the United States? Why does it always have to be in Japan or China? I mean they build one in China, so why can't they build one in the U.S.? Right? It's kind of like Lego. Lego refuses to build a factory in the United States. They built one in Mexico, but they didn't build one in the U.S., even though it's just basically just injecting plastic into the mold to create the parts. There's zero assembly. So, yeah. That kind of tell you about the company's priorities, right? Yeah. All right. So anyway, I'm not trying to badmouth Bandai, but I'm just stating the obvious. So there you go. I don't see any nubs right there on this armor. I don't see anything on the VSBRs. Even the blue part is really clean. Usually this is where you get the telltale sign where there's some stupid mishap or manufacturing problem. Let's go ahead and open this VSBR and see if there's bullshit in here. Let's pull the handle down. Maybe we'll get some ugly nubs marks on these handles. It's usually very common. Oh, yep, just as I expected. You see a mark right there. So that's not cool. But hey, so far I counted the one on the leg and maybe on the handle on the VSBR. Yeah, I don't see anything here at all, and even on the dark plastic. So that is very well done. All right, and then we have the shoulder. Do we see any embarrassing issues here in the shoulder? I don't see anything. All right, and obviously the shoulder. I guess I forgot to talk about this in the review. The arm can go perpendicular. It can't go any further because of this part. I guess if you remove this part, the arm can go more. But yeah, even with the shoulder armor going all the way up. Oh, well, it's not because of this part. It's actually just they designed it so you won't go up any further. Okay. So we have that. I don't see any nubs on the shoulder armor. The nubs could be in here, but very, very hard to see. Oh, right there. I see it. There's that's where the part's being cut out. So you see a little imperfection right there. And the way PVC and ABS is cut off the parts, the separation, the gate part, looks very different. Yeah, I guess you can use a hobby knife and clean this up if you want to. All right, and then we have the. I don't see anything at all on this. Now there is, I guess this is a seam line. This cannot be a. Yeah, this has to be a seam line. Right there. Yeah, that's a seam line. It's a little unfortunate, but this is a seam line. Yep. It's not perfect. All right, so yeah, no imperfections. I don't see any imperfection here on this part. The paint is very clean. So seam line. Paint work, very clean here in the vent, paint very clean there in the vent. Yeah, even for model kit collectors, painting these vents like this is a pain in the butt. This is not something I enjoy doing at all, like these. You either stuck with a sticker or you're going to have to get very good at painting those parts by hand. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the head. See if there's any significant imperfections. Well, obviously, this is a seam line. Yeah, there's really nothing you can do about that. I wish it was different, but that is quite obvious. That's a seam line. Well, I didn't know about this. There's a little bit of articulation for the head. That's really cool. The paint is very clean. I don't see any nubs. So we could try to look for any more nubs here. Nothing. And yeah, I think we're done with the main body. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories. So I told you this is going to be somewhat of a, mostly a nitpick video, because I cover pretty much everything. Yeah. I mean, look, if you guys hate the Robot Tamashii line or the figures, you only care about Gunpla, you think like Bandai should just forget these figures. These things are actually very popular in Japan. And yeah, it's just very popular in Japan and most part of Asia. It's just, I think the reason why Gunpla is so popular is just because it's like there's more people doing videos on Gunpla, and most of them are more affordable. I mean, you can buy a master grade for the price of this figure, but technically this thing is about the same scale as a master grade. So I don't know, man. So whatever, right? Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the head. I mean, how much is a master grade F91? Like $50. This thing is $50, so you can buy the master grade or you can buy this. I mean, yeah. Now you have option. If you don't want to build it, you don't want to paint it, you don't want to do anything, you want something F91 out of the box. I think this one's a no-brainer. But maybe I'm biased. All right. Again, we got the seam line there. I don't see any nub marks whatsoever. Oh, you know what? I think I see it. There's a little mark right there on this armor piece, like right there. Oh, and on the chin, right there. You see that? I don't know if you can see it. You can see that's where the parts were cut out. I think this is like a combination of ABS and it's ABS and PVC. Some of the white parts are, I think the whole exterior is PVC, and maybe the V-fin and maybe the inside face is made from ABS. I think this part right here, this flap that moves, this might be ABS. You can see the difference in the texture. Like the PVC is completely smooth, and then the ABS has got a little texturing. You can see it with the naked eye, but I don't know if this gets caught on the camera. But yeah, I mean, the mobile suit, the extra head, there's really not much to complain about. All right, so let's look at the bazooka here. Yeah, this is all PVC. And then I guess the gray part's got the texturing. That must be ABS. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bandai really doesn't care too much about the accessories. So you can definitely see where the corners are cut. Right there on the handle, there's a nub. And then right here on the magazine, there's a nub. And this is a bad one too. Yeah, you can feel it like protruding. So nothing right here. Okay, there's one here. This is a very bad one. Looks like they gouged the plastic here too. Yeah, they went too deep. All right, so it's not perfect. How about these parts? This is part of the mobile, so if you put it in that mode. So, I mean, obviously this is paint. The white part is paint. And it's done pretty clean. Okay, there's a little bit of bleeding right there. You can see that. That's obvious. Okay, the nub is in here, but you can't really see it once you attach it. So, I give them a pass on that. Alright, beam rifle. I'm making this video very painful for the naysayers. People always want to be picky, man. They always want to defend Gunpla over like the Tamashii Nation products. Right there, one mark right there. But yeah, this is legit. All right, beam sabers. This part is gonna be a little bit difficult to see. I'm sure because the Bandai doesn't really care about the accessories, so you're always gonna find like imperfections on the accessories. Could be like right here on the handle or down here. Well, actually, this is very well done. I don't see anything. Of course, this is PVC, so I think that maybe like the process of cutting out the PVC is a little different. Like maybe the PVC doesn't stress I have very little experience in cutting PVC products, so I don't know how, like, when you cut it with a nipper or whatever, the separation part is maybe a little, like, maybe it doesn't stress and the plastic doesn't get crushed, so you don't get the stress mark or something like that. Yeah, I only have experience cutting ABS and polystyrene. I hate cutting ABS because always, for some reason, I always get like little bit of a stress mark on the edges. But polystyrene is very easy to cut, but polystyrene is freaking cheap. All right, so I guess these hands are actually separate parts. The hands are most likely made out of ABS, and the white parts made from PVC. I don't see anything. So that's good. Again, nothing. So that's great. Let's go ahead and look at the hands. This is very well done, man. This is like better than any of the Robot Spirits version anime figure I have in my collection, or had in my collection. All of them seem to have a little bit of issue here and there, but I'm not the one who's hating on the line. I actually like the line. I prefer them over Gunpla, just so you know. I'm biased. So, yeah, but I also have to be fair. So yeah, I mean, look, this is pretty legit, man. This is a pretty legit. They did a pretty good job on these. Of course, I know people have been complaining for years, and maybe it took them years to finally realize that they're overcharging people money on a product that has like all these stupid ass problems. And then they finally decided to up the quality. It's like, yeah, if we want to get people to buy Robot Tamashii figures, then we have to make them better, right? Otherwise, what's the point of making these? Yeah, overall, very good job. Very good job on this one. Very good figure. It's available now in my eBay store, so get it out of here. I need to pay my bills. I can't afford to keep this thing. So there you go. Shameless self-promotion. All right, that's pretty much it for the review of the Robot Spirits Gundam F91 Evolution-SPEC. Go get yourself one. Thanks for watching.